This video does not confirm or diagnose any medical condition. Any health-related references are only alleged and shared for general discussion purposes. Right now, Hollywood is under serious tension, and it has nothing to do with a public breakup, a rap feud, or leaked messages. According to Jaguar Wright, something much deeper has been happening behind closed doors. She claims the industry has quietly shielded a group of powerful men after a series of private choices that she believes connect back to Teyana Taylor. During a tense live broadcast, Jaguar spoke openly and did not hold back. She directly mentioned Iman Shumpert, suggesting he may have been the first person to notice that something was seriously off. She also named Drake, Chris Brown, Aaron Pierre, Kanye West, and even Leonardo DiCaprio, alleging they were all linked by the same hidden issue. Jaguar insists this situation has nothing to do with love or dating. Instead, she says it involves fear, silence, and protection at the highest level. According to her, once certain events unfolded, Hollywood moved fast. Lawyers stepped in, contracts were signed, public stories were reshaped, and behavior suddenly changed. Projects stalled, relationships ended without warning, and fans noticed people quietly disappearing. Jaguar claims the truth never reached headlines because it was never meant to. She says those who seemed unstable afterward were dismissed, not because they were lying, but because their honesty made them a threat. This, she warns, is not gossip. It's a message from inside an industry hiding something far bigger.
Fired her ex-husband. She made him the bad guy.
The divorce would have never even been out if he didn't file the motion to use our full and legal names.
Then she had to go and she had to get new energy. What was she calling him? Her apple pies? Have you seen my apple pies?
Did you see my apple pie?
Oh my God, you did a love scene with Leonardo DiCaprio.
How was it shooting those scenes with Leo?
It was just work.
Buckle up, because behind the bright smiles, luxury events, and flashing cameras, Hollywood has always been better at hiding harm than stopping it. What happened during Jaguar Wright's live session was not chaos or random talk. It felt intentional, measured, and careful. She spoke like someone who understood the weight of her words and knew exactly why this story had stayed hidden for so long. She did not begin with drama or shock tactics. She began with silence. The kind of silence that exists when powerful people decide together not to talk. According to Jaguar, that silence protected careers and images while others were left to quietly fall apart behind the scenes. She claimed that for years, a troubling pattern circulated privately inside the entertainment world. This pattern allegedly involved Teyana Taylor and several high-profile men whose work spans music, sports, and film. Jaguar made it clear that this was not a story about romance or personal feelings. She framed it as a story about risk. Decisions made in private that carried serious consequences. Consequences, she says, were never fully explained to everyone involved. And when concerns began to surface, the response was not honesty or clarity. It was damage control. According to her, Iman Shumpert was one of the first people to sense that something was off. Not in a dramatic way and not in public. It showed up quietly. People close to him noticed changes later. His behavior shifted. Conversations became guarded. Familiar energy faded, and distance replaced comfort. Jaguar suggested this moment was not isolated. It was the beginning of a pattern. As time passed, more names entered the discussion. Drake, Chris Brown, Aaron Pierre, Kanye West. Each name added weight, not because Jaguar accused them directly, but because she implied they were connected through the same hidden thread. A thread made of unspoken risk and carefully controlled silence. Then came the name that changed the tone of the room: Leonardo DiCaprio. Jaguar did not accuse him outright. She did not need to. The suggestion alone was enough to show how wide this alleged network might reach. According to her, once private alarms were raised, Hollywood reacted the only way it knows how. Lawyers were consulted before conversations even happened. Publicists shaped stories before emotions were processed. Non-disclosure agreements became shields, not tools for protection. Jaguar claimed there were documents, messages, and confirmations shared behind closed doors. Not leaked, not public, carefully stored where only a few people could access them. She said this explained events fans had questioned for years. Relationships ending without explanation. Projects delayed quietly. Artists and actors pulling back from public life under vague excuses like personal reasons. According to Jaguar, those reasons were never truly personal. They were strategic. She spent a significant amount of time talking about Aaron Pierre. Jaguar described him as emotionally unprepared for the environment he entered. She claimed that after certain relationships ended, his demeanor changed in ways that heartbreak alone could not explain. Confusion, anxiety, emotional dependence. The kind of internal struggle that comes from realizing you were involved in something much bigger than you understood. Jaguar emphasized that this was not weakness. She called it a warning sign. According to her, when people show visible distress after private situations like these, the industry does not offer truth or support. It isolates them. Their reliability is questioned quietly. Their emotional state becomes a liability. She said the same quiet distancing happened with Iman Shumpert. There was no scandal and no public fallout. Just subtle separation. Invitations stopped coming. Energy changed. Connections cooled. To the public, it looked like normal relationship fallout. Jaguar claimed it was something else entirely. She described a silent system designed for containment. Private consultations. Carefully worded advice given verbally so nothing could be traced. Reputation managers working closely with legal teams. According to Jaguar, the goal was not accountability. It was containment. Containment of panic. Containment of liability. Containment of questions no one wanted asked out loud. Jaguar claimed Teyana Taylor remained in constant motion during this period. Packed schedules. Non-stop travel. Public appearances lined up back to back. According to her, stillness invites scrutiny, while movement creates noise. Noise distracts. Noise protects. Relationships ended suddenly. No closure. No explanations. When online whispers appeared, they disappeared just as quickly. Blogs hesitated. Journalists paused. Stories entered legal review and never came back out. Jaguar alleged that access was used as leverage. Speak up and doors close. Push further and your credibility gets attacked. She said people on the edge of the situation were quietly advised to keep their distance. Not because they were guilty, but because being close became dangerous. According to Jaguar, this was not about emotions or morality. It was about control. Throughout the live session, Jaguar made one thing clear. She was not trying to destroy careers. She said she spoke because people were left emotionally broken, while the machine continued to run smoothly. According to her, silence crossed a line. What started as strategy became unethical. She framed the situation as a failure of the system, an industry that treats human fallout as acceptable loss as long as brands survive. Trust is sacrificed quietly so the illusion stays intact. As the live session moved toward its end, Jaguar did not threaten anyone. She warned them. She said more names exist. More documentation exists. More connections exist. What the public has seen so far, she implied, is only the surface of a much larger structure. Hollywood, she said, is not facing a gossip problem. It is facing a trust problem. And the most damaging secrets are not the ones that end careers. They are the ones that follow people home and quietly change their lives. She explained that once concerns surfaced privately, the industry did not panic. Coordinated. Phone calls replaced text messages. Meetings happened off the calendar. Advice was given verbally and never recorded. According to Jaguar, this was not reaction. It was a familiar playbook used when exposure threatens power. She claimed some people were encouraged to step back from public view just long enough for narratives to be rewritten. When questions came up, the answers were ready. Burnout, scheduling conflicts, emotional exhaustion, simple explanations for complicated truths. Behind the scenes, others were dealing with something very different. Jaguar returned again to Aaron Pierre, saying what people called mood changes were actually confusion without context and anxiety without answers. When people raised concerns, they were not given truth. They were managed. Their reactions were labeled as instability. That label, she said, removes power from their voice. She described how credibility is dismantled quietly. Missed calls, delayed responses, opportunities that slowly disappear. Nothing obvious enough to challenge, but enough to isolate. Jaguar said this pattern repeated with others as well. No accusations, no headlines, just distance. To fans, it looked like personal life changes. According to her, it was containment. She widened the focus to the media. Journalists sensed something was wrong long before the public did. Tips came in. Questions were drafted. Stories stalled. Editors hesitated. Legal departments intervened. According to Jaguar, stories often die not because they are false, but because publishing them becomes too risky. She said silence does not mean nothing happened. Silence often means too much happened behind closed doors. As she closed, Jaguar acknowledged the backlash she expected. She knew she would be called unstable, bitter, or attention-seeking. She said that label is useful because dismissing the messenger is easier than facing the message. She insisted the story did not belong to her. It belonged to the people left confused. The ones quietly pushed aside. The ones asked to move on without understanding why. She ended with a reminder. Fame does not erase consequences. Silence does not erase memory. Control does not erase impact. According to Jaguar, what comes next will not be decided by headlines or hashtags, but by whether people continue accepting partial truths as full explanations. Once that acceptance ends, the structure that depends on it begins to weaken. Not all at once, but enough to change everything that follows. And that is where this story stops being entertainment and starts becoming a warning.